Hello, my name is Carbon. My ancestors were made in the nuclear fusion reactors that we call stars. When these stars died with a bang, they spread the oxygen and carbon throughout the universe. I attend elementary school. At school, I go by my class number, which is 6. Moreover, 6 happens to be my favorite number because I am the 6th most abundant element in the universe. This is my skeleton. I have 6 electrons. I have 4 electrons in my valence shell. I am known for being very versatile. Out of my classmates, I am unparalleled in my ability to form large and complex molecules, which build the structures and carry out the functions required for life. Carbon-based molecules are called organic compounds. Most of the bonds I have are covalent. I can form single, double, or triple covalent bonds with other atoms. My first relationship was with 4 hydrogens. We were bonded together by a covalent bond. Our relationship was classified as methane. However, in the end, our relationship did not work out. Fortunately, after the breakup, I became super close with my carbon friends. Through the power of friendship and covalent bonds, we were able to make extraordinary substances. Simply with just the help of my carbon friends, we created coal, graphite, and diamond. After I graduated school, I decided to found a company in which I named Macromolecules. The company has 4 phases: carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. You may recognize these names as they are contained in your food, but not one of them would exist if it weren't for me. I am essential in making these important molecules. After the founding of my successful company, I decided to part with the factory, roaming the earth as carbon dioxide. One day, I was minding my business and I was kidnapped and sucked up like a vacuum through the stomata of a plant into the chloroplast. They took me past the thylakoid membrane and imprisoned me there. However, I met 5 other carbons who were imprisoned as well, and we had a connection and bonded well together. Sadly, 6 ATP and 6 NADPH split us up into 2 groups of 3. My group went on to make glucose, while the other 3 carbons made new friends and were still held hostage in the chloroplast. Although we were not held hostage like our other carbon friends, our kidnappers planned to use us in a process called cellular respiration. Wanting no part of this, our group decided to escape the chloroplast. As we were trying to escape the bondages of chloroplast, our glucose group went through the wrong passageway and ended up in the mitochondria of the cell. After realizing our mistake, we were taken into a jelly-like room called glycolysis. One by one, an enzyme yanked a molecule out of the room. The other carbons and I were split up into 2 groups of 3 and were forced to bond with other hydrogen and oxygen molecules. Consequential to this change, the mitochondria insisted on calling our group pyruvate, as we were no longer just carbon. Then we were dragged into a red room called Krebs and were stripped of our energy. Then I was combined with 2 oxygen molecules. After this, I was of no use to the mitochondria and was released with my 2 oxygen buddies. After this experience, I am able to reflect on the importance of my existence to the universe. Without me, there would be no life on Earth. I am the reason that the macromolecules, the building blocks of life, exist. The life-giving processes of cellular respiration and photosynthesis could not be performed. Without the right amount of greenhouse gases, which include carbon dioxide, halocarbons, and methane, the Earth's temperature would not be able to support life. Carbon as coal is a major source of fuel, as it provides roughly 30% of energy worldwide. My crazy cousins, who go by Carbon-14, were used by archaeologists to date objects and remains. Although I may be kidnapped, I have come to understand that it is done out of good intentions in hopes of sustaining life.